Well, good morning, everyone. We are from Group 6, and today we are going to deliver our material about the implementation of media in learning, technical and non-technical. First of all, let me introduce our group members. The first member is me, Saronsion Sibarani. The second member is Siti Fadila. The third member is Kencana Aulia Asri Mayona. The fourth member is Tasya Clara Setia. And then the fifth member is Ratu Cinta Fatima Ajahra Purnama. So, we're going to the first material that will be delivered by Tasya Clara.
Thank you, Sharon. First is definitions about media. Media are generally defined as the means by which information is conveyed from one place to another. In the past century, various forms of media have been used to convey instruction and to support learning. Examples of instructional media include traditional means of delivering instructions, like chalkboards, textbooks, overhead projectors, and teachers. Mass media used for education, newspapers, movies, radio, and television. And the new electronic instructional media like computer, interactive video, and multimedia system. The word media comes from a medium meaning, literally mediator or introductions. Many experts on learning media over limits on the media's understanding. According to H. Quote in a spiritual way, 90 and 7, media is very form used to the informational distribution process. And the meaning of media according to Jamaroh, 95, is media is what tools can be used to supply message for the purpose of learning. Further notes by Purnawati and Eldarni, media is everything that can be used to transmit message from the sender to the recipient and thus stimulate the students' thought, feelings, attention, and interest in such a way that learning takes place. Next is definition about online media. According to Ashadi Siregar, understanding online media is the common mentions of telecommunications and multimedia outlets, computers, and the internet. The online media includes website, radio online, the press online, and e-commerce. Lori H. Kurzman's understanding of online media is an online publishing form used to present ideas. Generally, online media use computers in writing, editing, printing, or shipping process. Last is offline learning media. Offline learning media may be interpreted as a medium not equipped with a controlling or navigation device that user can use. The medium is sequential in sequences. For example, percentages that are not generally equipped to control what user will do. And the percentage runs a sequence as straight lines, so it can be called linear media and is usually used when the number of people in the audience is more than 1%. For example, can be embodied in CDS. Some characteristics of the media learning offline according to Debig and Ritland 2005, integrated learning materials, fixed learning times or time, and controlled by teachers or instructors, and then fed linear learning, selected information source have been added, and then fixed information source, and last is technology use has been identified. That's all from me. For the next material will be delivered by Saronsion Sibarani.
Thank you, Chacha. So I'm going to explain about the types of media. Please, next slide. Okay, here we have 2 points. The first one about types of media in FTF learning or non-technical, and the second types of media in e-learning or technical. So I'm going to explain the verse 1 in the point 1 about types of media in FTF learning. There are two. The first is miscellaneous media. So miscellaneous media is a media that is adapted to the potential in area around school or in other location or in the community that can be used as teaching media. In miscellaneous media, there are three kinds media. The first one is the board, included blackboard, bulletin board, flannel board, typeboard, electrical board, and nail board. And then the second is three-dimensional media, include models, mock-ups, and dioramas. And then third, reality. Reality is real things as they are or sing that song. Example of the use of reality, for example, are teachers bringing rabbits, bird, fish, or by taking their student directly to the school garden or to the school's website. And the second types is maps and globes. So maps and globes serve to present location data, such as the state of the surface, earth, land, rivers, mountains, and places, and direction and distances. So the next point is about types of media in e-learning or technical. Here we have 6 points. The first one is video. Video used in conjunction with exercises and discussion questions. Video can be used to enhance the learning process for many students. Various technology exists today to easily make video files available to students. Faculty can even create brief lectures with cell phones, iPads, and other readily available product. And then the second is PPT voiceover. PowerPoint shows have become a classroom standard for classroom lecture presentation. By using the tools available within the presentation software, a voiceover can add clarity to the visual content. Having both the visual clues and the audio explanation can enhance the student learning experience. The third type is screen captures. Screen captures allow faculty members to capture events happening on their digital screen and preserve it in a video format. Depending on the method of capture, voiceovers may be included in the final video file. This is a good method of demonstrating steps to a process. Examples may include a piece of software or how to log on to a specific website. And then the fourth types is conferencing videos. So conferencing videos or conferencing software is most often used in synchronous meeting events, but some conferencing softwares allows you to record the meeting for later viewing. The advantages of to this software is often it combines a number of elements to help convey a richer learning experience. Often the software records a video of the speaker as well as the speaker's whiteboard or desktop. The major drawback to this software is the inability to edit the final product. Okay, the fifth types is interactive interaction. Interactive instruction is one of the more or difficult media to create. It involves software that requires a high level of expertise to master. It is often involves a combination of several types of media such as image, videos, and sound. The final product requires students to interact with the information provided within the media. And then the sixth types is audio. Please, next slide. Audio media. Audio learning media serve to stream audio message from the source of the message to the recipient of the message. Looking from the characteristic of the message received, audio media can convey verbal message or spoken language or word, and non-verbal or sounds and vocalization. Example of media such as radio, tape recorders, telephones, language laboratories, and others. So that's all the explanation about types of media. The next material will be delivered by
Okay, thank you, Sharon. So I'm going to explain about the implementation of media in learning, especially technical and non-technical media. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the use of technical media in learning is needed as a tool to facilitate the achievement of learning objectives. Through the multimedia or technical media, learning is no longer monotone and more varied. Through the use of varied and more interesting learning resources can make students pay more attention to listen. In real terms, the form of technological development that have been implemented in the world of education in Indonesia are audio, video, PowerPoint, web-based learning, video conferencing such as Zoom, Google Meet, and etc. According to my experience in senior high school, the technical media in face-to-face learning is rarely used, and if it used, only occasionally. For example, using audio to improve our listening skills. Non-technical media are media that doesn't use a technological aspect when learning takes place. Usually, when face-to-face learning takes place, teacher use non-technical media as learning media. For the example of non-technical media are books, maps, globes, whiteboard, and etc. But in this pandemic situation, the non-technical media also has the possibility to be implemented while the learning and teaching process was running online. For the example, from my from my cousin as a senior high school student, she also should have a book and exercise book. So at the first, the teacher asks the student to join the video conference uh, through the Zoom, and then the teacher will ask the student to open their book, and the teacher will explain the material from the book. So that's all of the implementation of media in learning. The next material will be delivered by Siti Fadila.
Okay, thank you, Kencana. And next about advantages and disadvantages teaching media in learning. The first is audio media, that is technical media. The advantages are the first, audio requires far less bandwidth than video or simulations, hence download quicker and can be used over relatively low bandwidths. And the second is it is easily combined with other media such as text, mathematical symbols, and graphics, allowing more than one sense to be used and allowing for integrations. And the last is Nicola Durbridge, in her research at the Open University, found that audio increased distance students' feeling of personal closeness with the instructor compared with the video or text and others. It is a more intimate medium. So it can be said that audio files have several advantages for the delivery of distance learning courses. Audio files are also easy to create, easy to duplicate, and easy to use. With audio technologies, there is no software to install and no hardware to upgrade. So the third is creating audio is extra work for an instructor. Audio is often best used in conjunction with other media such as text or graphics, thus adding complexity to the design of teaching. And the second is recording audio requires at least a minimal level of technical proficiency. And the last is spoken language tends to be less precise than textbook. So it can be said that audio format restricts that the content that can be conveyed, abstract concepts are very difficult to convey through audio. With audio audio-only interactions. There is no eye contact and no body language. Audio media give the fact that they are not interactive and they do not provide the visual elements that many students desire. Next slide, please. And the second is the advantages and disadvantages about audio-visual media, that is technical media. The advantages are the first, clarify the presentations of the message so that it is not too verbalistic in the form of word, written, or verbal only. And the second is audio-visual provides opportunities for effective communications between teacher and students in learning. It is clear that audiovisual aids are important tools for teaching learning process. It helps the teacher to present the lessons effectively and students learn and retain the concept better and for longer durations. Use of audiovisual aids improves student critical and analytical thinking. And disadvantages are the first, audiovisual media can be used anywhere and anytime because audiovisual media tends to remain in place. The second is, if the teacher can participate actively, students will tend to enjoy the visualizations and sound alone. So it can be said that audio-visual presentations can take a considerable amount of time to prepare. It takes time to produce your to obtain, or it can take time to get permissions to use them. Poster and transparencies may require extensive preparations. So that's all from advantages and disadvantages teaching media and learning. And next presentations will be delivered by Ratu Cita.
Okay, now I'm going to present about the advantages about print media or non-technical. The advantages of print media or non-technical is the first, extremely portable. That means print materials can be used in any location. And the second is high comfort level. That means most students are very comfortable using print materials to learn. And the third, cost effective. That means print materials can be created and duplicated with little expense. And the last, readily available. That means many distance learning courses can take advantage of existing textbooks materials. And using print media in technical and learning, the learners not only improve their reporting skills, but also enrich new vocabulary, reading comprehension skills, particularly skimming, scanning, vocabulary, comprehension skills. So as children grow up in society full of these mediums of print media, they are not immune to both the positive and negative effects of the media. And the advantages from print media or non-technical media. The first is no interaction. That means print materials do not generally provide built-in interaction. Additional technologies such as email must be supplemented. And the second is no audio or visual elements. That means print materials are static and are not appropriate for teaching languages and visual concepts. And the third is require reading skills. That means if the learners are non-readers or language skills are required, print materials will not be effective. And the last is time delay. Here, it may take days or weeks for printed matter to travel between students and the teachers. So, generally, print media produce good results if the lesson objectives are cognitive. If not properly maintained, print media can quickly become damaged and lost. Both printed material may be boring and turn off students' interest in reading it. Next slide, please. Okay, in conclusion, after learn from previous material, previous explanation, The media split between two kinds. Those are online and offline media. The students used to learn with offline media before the COVID-19 pandemics came. But because we are on pandemic, so we started to use several online media such as Google Classroom, Zoom, Google Meet, and Schoology, and etc. But Google Classroom, Zoom, Google Meet, and Schoology that commonly used. But offline media still very used until now. Besides that, teacher as facilitator should have the skills and teach to the students to operate the medias, because actually there are the skills that we should have in learning media. There are technical and non-technical. The use of technical is we should have skills when we want to use the learning media, like application, whereas non-technical is not using technology aspects, or we don't need to have special skills for operate that. And this is usually on face-to-face learning that using material book, notebooks, and the another media that not using smartphone or media helper. Okay, so that's all from our group. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.